योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणाहं नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः विहित्तिश्चापि वृताः सत्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। 34 स्वप्नावस्थानुभूतम् शुभमथ विषमम् तन्मृषा जागरे स्यात् जाग्रत्यां स्थूलदेहव्यवहृति विषयम् तन्मृषा स्वप्नकाले इत्थं मिथ्यात्वसिद्धौ अनिशमुभयथा सज्जते तत्र मूढः सत्ये तद्भासकेऽस्मिन् अहः कुत इदं तन्न विद्मो वयं हि जीवन्तं जाग्रतीह स्वजनमथमृतं स्वप्नकाले निरीक्ष्य निर्वेदं यात्यकस्मात् वीक्ष्य हर्षं प्रयाति स्मृत्वाप्येतस्य जन्तोः
निधनमसुयुतिं भाषते तेन साकम्
सत्येवं भाति भूयोऽल्पकसमयवशात् सत्यता वा मृषात्वम् स्वप्नस्त्रीसङ्गसौख्यादपि भृशमसतो याचरेतश्च्युतिः स्यात् सादृश्या तद्वदेतत् स्फुरति जगदसत्कारणम् सत्यकल्पम् स्वप्ने सत्यः पुमान् स्यात् युवतिरिह मृषैवानयोः संयुतिश्च प्रातः शुक्रेण वस्त्रोपहतिरिति यतः कल्पनामूलमेतत् पश्यन्त्याराममस्य प्रतिदिवसममीजन्तवः स्वापकाले पश्यत्येनं न कश्चित् कर्णगणमृते मायया क्रीडमानम् जाग्रत्यर्थव्रजानामथ च तनुभृताम् भासकं चालकं वा नो जानीते सुषुप्तौ परमसुखमयं कश्चिदाश्चर्यमेतत्। स्वप्ने मन्त्रोपदेशः श्रवणपरिचितः सत्येव प्रबोधे स्वप्नादेव प्रसादात् अभिलषितफलं सत्यतां प्रातरेति सत्यप्राप्तिस्त्वसत्यादपि भवति तथा किञ्च तत्स्वप्रकाशम् येनेदं भाति सर्वं चरमचरमथोच्चावचं दृश्यजातम्। So from verse 33 up to 38, so we had a very detailed description of the Swapnavastha. In fact, there was a request, a couple of requests which came that in the last class it was not audible and therefore it may be quickly summarized. So I will very briefly do that. See, the thing is, in the last class I was trying to tell you the sequence in which the verses have been authored by Shankaracharya. After all, any jnana that we have is through some pramana. So, prama, brahmaha, these are two broad classifications. So, pramakaranam pramanam is the definition of pramanam, the means of knowledge through which you have a valid knowledge. The means of knowledge through which you have a valid knowledge, that is pramakaranam pramanam. So there I was mentioning to you that regarding this Swapnavastha, the first verse, which is 33 in number here, so started with Pratyaksha Pramanam. So of all the means, in fact, if you look at this Nyaya Shastra authored by Gautama has been beautifully commented by Vatsyayana. So in his commentary, Vatsyayana basically tells you that this Nyaya Shastra, which is called Anvikshiki, so that is the name, Anvikshiki, given to Nyaya Shastra. So Anvikshiki obviously stems from Anuikshanam. So initially you have a certain knowledge. So then you once again go back and then try to find out. So whether it is valid, invalid and so on, you try to analyze. So a discipline which will help you to analyze the knowledge that you are gathering from various sources, is what is Nyaya Shastra. See, Nyaya, in fact, there is a definition, very interesting definition, which has been presented. Pramanaihi arthaparikshanam nyayaha. So this is the definition of Nyaya. In fact, what we have been doing is essentially arthaparikshanam. Kasya arthasya parikshanam? Swapne ye padarthaha drishyante tesham arthanam parikshanam. Anantaram jagrad drisyamanasya arthasyapi parikshanam. So examining is what is being done here. The very definition of Nyaya is Pramanaihi artha parikshanam Nyayaha. In fact, Vatsyayana in his commentary, I will just read those two sentences, very interesting. Kaf punarayam Nyayaha. What is this Nyaya? See, Nyaya, Dhisha, Nyaya, all that we are talking about. Kaf punarayam Nyayaha. What is this Nyaya? Pramanaihi artha parikshanam Nyayaha. So by pramanas, you try to examine so the case which has come to you. Okay? Pramanaihi artha parikshanam nyayaha. So there, see, then further he says, pratyakshagama shritam anumanam. In fact, the whole thing goes on inference. So one after the other, you keep on inferring to arrive at some truth. So therefore, pratyakshagama shritam anumanam. So anumana is ultimately dependent on pratyaksha. So this is very important to understand. Sa anviksha. Pratyakshagamabhyam ikshitasya arthasya anvikshanam anviksha. So this whole Nyaya Shastra is meant for. So pratyaksha you get something. So through agama you get something. Okay. So agama is basically shabda pramana. So through that you get something. So you analyze. Okay. So therefore he says, Yetadeva anviksha. Anu means following. So there is some knowledge which is gathered. So you once again follow to determine the truth value of it. Taya pravartate ityanvikshiki nyaya vidya nyaya shastram. The reason for quoting this is, see, so finally he says, Yet punaranumanam pratyakshagama viruddham nyayabhasaha. Okay. So anything that is against pratyaksha is nyayabhasaha. So ultimately, it comes to pratyaksha. So this is something which you need to understand. That is why even in the series of verses that we were looking at, so initially it starts with pratyaksha. So what is one's own judgment about what is seen in dream? So that is how it starts with, that is verse 33. Then we went to Anumanam, and then we went to various other discussions. So how is it about, and so on and so forth. So now the verse 39, which we are going to read now, has to do something with Sushupti, which is very closely connected with Swapnavastha. Okay? So in fact, the word Swapa is used to refer to sleep as well as Swapna. Okay, it is bordering the two. So even when we say sleep, so as we now so well understand, so they two go together. Okay, there are phases. So phases of Swapna. So Sushupti, Swapna, Sushupti, Swapna, Sushupti. It is a sequence. So this is how it is. What is happening in this avastha? Sushupti avastha. So that is what this basically discusses, this verse. And then it suggests us something. So we will read the verse and then we will understand it in great detail. Madhya pranam sushuptau.
Madhya pranam sushuptau. Madhya pranam sushuptau.
Swajani manu vishanti.
Swajani manu vishanti. Swajani manu vishanti.
Agni suryadayomi.
Agni suryadayomi. Agni suryadayomi.
Vagahadyah pranavayum.
Vagahadyah pranavayum. Vagahadyah pranavayum.
Tadiha nigadita.
Tadiha nigadita. Tadiha nigadita.
Glaniresham navayoho.
Glaniresham navayoho. Glaniresham navayoho.
Tebhyo drishyavabhasaha.
Tebhyo drishyavabhasaha. Tebhyo drishyavabhasaha.
Brahmayiti viditaha.
Brahmayiti viditaha. Brahmayiti viditaha.
Shauktika-raupyakalpaha.
Shauktika-raupyakalpaha. Shauktika-raupyakalpaha.
Pranayamavratam tat.
Pranayamavratam tat. Pranayamavratam tat.
Shruti shirasimatam.
Shruti shirasimatam. Shruti shirasimatam.
Svatmalabdhau na chanyat.
Svatmalabdhau na chanyate. Svatmalabdhau na chanyate.
Madhya pranam sushuptau svajanimanavisham jagni suryadayomi vagahadyah pranavayum tadiha nigadita glaniresham navayoho. The first half of this verse is essentially based upon Shruti Vakya. So we have a Shruti Vakya appearing with slight variations in different Upanishads. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, for instance, we have this Vakya. So we may return back to that later also. But then I will first of all read that Vakya for you. Tasmat shramyatteva vak shramyatteva chakshuhu shramyati shrotram athemam napnodyoyam madhyamah pranaha. This is the Brihadaranya Vakya we have. Tasmat shramyatteva vak shramyatteva chakshuhu shramyati shrotram. So this is what it says. Vak shramyati, chakshuhu shramyati, shrotram shramyati, and so on and so forth. So shramyati means it becomes weak. So it gains fatigue and then it goes to rest. So this is what shramyati means here. When shramyati, so this is stated as sushuptau. And we have the word madhyamah pranaha, so appearing in the Shruti. So that is why Acharya here uses the phrase madhya pranam sushuptau. Okay. So madhya generally means center. Okay. So even when we arrange the chairs for people, okay, in a stage, so the center chair is put for the most important person. Okay. So similarly, you can take the word madhya to be mukhya here. So madhya essentially means mukhya. So mukhya pranam. Why should you use the word mukhya? Because all the panchavayus are generally referred to as prana. Okay. So there this mukhya prana. So that is to just distinguish. So prana, apana, vyanodana, samana. All of them are referred to as prana. So here the Shruti says, madhyamah pranaha. So therefore Acharya uses so the phrase madhya pranam sushuptau. Svajanim anuvishanti. Svajanihi means the birthplace. Okay. So this prana is taken to be the birthplace for all of them. And therefore he says they once again get back unto this prana. Okay. Svajanim anuvishanti. Ke anuvishanti. Agni Surya Dayaha. Agni Surya, etc. So what do you understand by this Agni Surya? So this Agni Surya, so we don't see so anything happening. So Surya is just there. What has Surya got to do with prana? Okay. So this is what one may think. So here it may be good to look into the other Upanishad. So we have something called Prashnopanishad. In Prashnopanishad, so there are 6 prashnas, 6 questions. So it initially starts with Sukesha cha Bharadvaja Shaibhyascha Satyakamaha Sauryayani cha Gargyaha and so on. So Tehite Brahmapara Brahmanishtha Param Brahma Anveshamanaha Yesha Havai Tatsarvam Vakshyatiti Samitpanayo Bhagavantam Pippaladam Upasannaha. So this is how it starts. Tan has a Rishiruvacha. So all these 6 people who are already rishis, so they come to Pippalada. Okay. So this is how the story is. Pippalada. Tan has a Rishiruvacha. Bhuyeva tapasa brahmacharyena shraddhaya samvatsaram samvatsyatha. Yatha kamam prashnan prachata yadi vijñāsyāmaha sarvam bhavo vakshyāma iti. I am just telling this for 2 reasons. One is to just give you so where this question arises, who asked this question, and one more important thing is, see, the statement there is very interesting. See, having said, so may you stay for 1 more year with tapas and brahmacharya. Okay, so this is what this Pippalada says. So there, so our Bhagavad Pada makes some interesting comment. Okay, so he says, Bhuyageva tapasa brahmacharyena. Tapasa means, he says, Indriya Sanyamena. So that is what tapas essentially means. Disciplining. Disciplining means having control over sense organs. Okay. Visheshatah brahmacharyena shraddhaya astikya buddhya samvatsaram kalam. Okay. Samvatsyatha. Samvatsyatha. Why is this sam? Samyake Guru Shushrusha. Guru Shushrusha para santaha. May you there. This Shushrusha means listening. Okay. Shushrusha literally means shrotum ichha. Okay. Be there. Then yatha kamam prashnan prichyate. Yatha kamam means as you like. So there you have complete freedom to ask whatever you feel like asking. You can ask me. So after that he says, see, yadi vijñāsyāmaha tarhi vakshyāmaha. If I know the answer, then I will tell you. See, you understand? So that is where the humility is. So why will anybody wait for 1 year just to ask question? So they had absolute faith. The story is very interesting. Okay, so even the episodes convey very important messages. See, here nowadays, not knowing anything, the garva is something which is huge. Okay, so this is a problem. Anyway, yadi vijñāsyāmaha sarvam bhavo vakshyāma iti. So this is how the episode starts. Now the reason for saying is there were 6 rishis. Each rishi asked a question. One rishi asked about this prana. So because this essentially, if you look at the 4th quarter, it says pranayama vratam tat. That is how it starts. Madhya pranam. The 4th quarter starts pranayama vratam tat. The verse starts with madhya prana. So one question is related to this prana, and you can appreciate the content of this much better if you just have a quick look at so what is being said there. The 4th prashna is related to prana. So there, this is how it goes. Athahinam sauryayani gargyah papracha bhagavan etasmin purushe kanis swapanti kanyasmin jagrati katarayesha devas swapnan pashyati katarayesha devas swapnan pashyati kasyaitat sukham bhavati kasminnu sarve sampratisthita bhavanti. Bhagavan, this is the way to address the Guru. Bhagavan etasmin pure means in this sharira, so which is made of navadvaras, navadvare pure. Okay, so kanis swapanti, kan yasmin jagrati, kanis swapanti. So the question is kani karanani swapam kurvanti. Swapam kurvanti essentially means so vyaparat uparamante. So this is what it is. So vyaparat uparamante. Whatever they have been engaging with, they retire from that. Okay. Kanis swapanti, kan yasmin jagrati. Asmin jagrati, jagaranam anidravastha, so vyaparam kurvanti. Kataraha esha deva swapnan pashyati. Who is the person who witnesses this swapna? Okay. Katara esha deva swapnan pashyati. Kasyaitat sukham bhavati. After the swapna, so you have this sushupti avastha. So sukham bhavati. So there, so here we have a vivid description of swapna. So slightly. So Acharya says, Swapno nama jagrad darshanan nivrittasya jagradvat antasharire yaddarshanam. Understand? So a certain cognition which takes place. Simple definition. Okay? So antasharire yaddarshanam jagradvat. Jagradvat means there is no difference. Okay, so you just see the whole thing. Jagradvadyad darshanam tat karya lakshanena devena nirvartate kimva karna lakshanena kenachid ityabhiprayaha. So he takes on the discussion further. Okay, kasyaitat sukham bhavati kasminnu sarve sampratisthita bhavanti iti. So that is where the answer comes here in this verse. So whatever Upanishad says. Kasminnu sampratisthitaha bhavanti. Sampratisthita bhavanti. So that definition of sampratishthitatvam is worth reading here. So Acharya gives two examples to understand that. He says, Tasmin kale jagrat swapna vyaparat uparatas santaha. Having taken retirement from these two avasthas, uparatas santaha, kasminnu sarve samyageki bhutaha sampratisthitaha. There he gives example, madhuni rasavat. Samudram madhuni rasavat samudra pravishta nadyadivascha viveka anarhaha pratisthitaha bhavanti. Understand? So he essentially says, so this is a state in which all the indriyas, so they retire, and then madhuni rasavat. So we don't have any duality whatsoever. So there you cannot find viveka anarhatvam. Okay, there is absolutely no distinction in that state. So this is the question that has been posed, and the answer follows. Tasmai sahovacha yathagagya marichayaha arkasyastam gacchataha sarva etasmin tejo mandale eki bhavanti taf punah punarudayataha pracharanti evam havai tatsarvam pare deve manasyeki bhavati तेन तर्ह्येष पुरुषो न शृणोति न पश्यति न जिघ्रति न रसयते न स्पृशते नाभिवदते नादत्ते नानन्दयते न विसृजते नेयायते स्वपितीत्याचक्षते. So this is a nice description of what is happening. See, so it says yatha gargya marichayaha. The fellow who asked is Gargya, Gargagotrotpanna Rishi. Okay. So Gargyaha, so he says, Marichayaha Arkasya Astangachataha. So this is the example that he gives. So Marichayaha Arkasya Yatha Astangachataha Sarva Etasmin Tejo Mandale Eki Bhavanti Taf Punarudayataha Yatha Pracharanti. So this is a practical example. As if, so when the sun sort of sets, the sun is same. The sun is same or not. So whether he is on the horizon or he is on the zenith. Okay. So the sun is the same person and he is emitting the same amount of radiation all the time. So depending upon where he is, so you see, you experience the rays to be completely different. Okay. So Marichayaha Arkasya Astangachataha, as if it loses all its radiance. Okay. So based on the position, as if it has lost. So Udayati Astangachati. Anyway, so that is the example here. As it has lost, it means it has nothing lost. Okay. So it is a certain state in which they have just retired and their vyapara is not noticed by you. Okay. So that is what he is saying. And there he says further, na shrunoti, na pashyati, na jighrati, na rasayate. So all the indriyas. So that is what is hinted here. If you look at madhya pranam sushuptau. Okay. So further, there is an interesting statement in the next mantra in the Upanishad, and that is what is hinted here. The pranagnaya eva etasmin pure jagrati. So when all have taken rest, so there is one function which is continuously happening perennially, and that is pranagnaya. Why does he use the phrase Agnayaha? Okay, so that is nicely commented by Bhagavad Pada here. Pranagnayaha eva etasmin pure jagrati. Etasmin pure, in this Sharira, the only activity which is happening as it was happening, okay, is the functioning of the pranavayu. Okay. Pranagneva etasmin pure jagrati. So there it is used Agnayaha because Bhagavad Pada here nicely gives the example. So many of you may not be knowing this because nowadays we hardly get an opportunity to see any Agnihotram or anything like that. Okay. So So this Agnihotra, different kind of Agnihotra. So anyway, so here this Agnihotra is a certain kriya which is to be done by Grihastha. So there will be a certain Vedi, okay, an altar, and the altar will have 3 fires. So one is called Garhapatya, the other is Dakshina, the other is Ahavaniya. So this Garhapatya Agni will continuously have the fire, whereas it will be taken from there and the ahutis will be performed in the morning and evening by the Grihastha or Grihini. Grihastha is not there. Anyway, so this is called Ahavaniya. So similarly here, so this is one, in the Pranagni everything is there, and from Prana they emanate. So it is to give this simile. So with the Agnis which they are familiar with, so the word Agni has been used here. That is why Acharya says, Vayavaha Agnayaha iva Agnayaha Jagrati. Agnayaha iva Agnayaha means as those Agnis. Each of them have a very crucial role to play, no doubt. But they function for a certain period of time, for a certain activity, whereas this person is the most crucial person. Okay? So that is what the mantra says. Now let us come to this verse now. Madhya pranam sushuptau svajanim anuvishanti. Svajanim anuvishanti. So the Shruti, so there is this Shruti which is from the Prashnopanishad, which describes like this. So there are other Shrutis in Chandogyam also, so where there is a more detailed description. And the mapping is to be done here. So what is the mapping that needs to be done? So Agni Surya Dayomi. Agni Surya Dayomi. So this has to do with the description that we find in Aitareya Upanishad. In the Aitareya Upanishad, it is stated, Agnirvag bhutva mukham pravishat. So Vayuh prano bhutva nasike pravishat. Adityaha chakshur bhutva akshini pravisan. Dishashrotram bhutva. It goes on like that. So here it is a certain metaphorical usage, so which is based on the Shruti. So this Adityaha chakshur bhutva means, so this eyes close down their vyapara. So that is what is sort of described here as Suryaha entering into prana. Understand? So that is how we need to understand. So this this phrase that we have here, see, Agnihi mukham bhutva. See, so this Vag Vyapara is gone. Okay. So the other Vyaparas are also gone. So he is just listing one or two that they entered into this Pranavayu. So that is the first line. Madhya pranam sushuptau svajanim anuvishanti. They enter into that. Agni Surya Dayaha. Then further he says, Ami Vagadyaha Pranavayum. So this what we need to understand here is, there are two things. One is a group of 5, which is Jnanendriya. So another group of 5, which is Karmendriya. So this Karmendriya, so Vag is the first one. So therefore Vagadyaha. So Vagadyaha, it means Vak Pani Pada Payu Upastha. So this 5. Okay. Vak Pani Pada Payu Upastha. So these 5 entities, so they also retire. Okay. Vagadyaha Pranavayum Tadiha Nigadita. So Tadiha Nigadita. See, so Tadiha Nigadita. So how do we understand? So since all of them sort of retire, so this mantra says, see, Tasmat, so since all of them retire, so it is metaphorically stated that all of them have become fatigue. Okay, Glaniresham. So Esham refers to the group of both Karmendriyas and Jnanendriyas. Okay, so all of them, Desham Glanihi. So Glani, see, this word is very famous word. Where? In Bhagavad Gita. Very good. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. So glanihi essentially means daurbalyam. Okay. So glanihi means daurbalyam. So a certain daurbalyam, a certain weakness. So fatigue. Okay. Daurbalyam. So daurbalyam. And this dharmasya means, so Bhagavad Pada there will say, so varnashramadi lakshanasya, abhyudaya nishresa sadhanasya. So that is how dharma is to do. That captures everything. Varnashramadi lakshanasya. Abhyudaya nishresa sadhanasya. Abhyudaya is well-being here. Okay. So nishreyasa is moksha. Okay. So even at the material level or at the spiritual level. Okay. So there is, both are required. Material well-being, spiritual well-being. Okay. You should be happy. Spiritual well-being is essentially so engaging oneself in the joy of worship. That is all. Spiritual well-being means that is all. Okay. So this is what it is. See. So material well-being and spiritual, whatever be that is responsible for maintaining this in the society, that is dharma. So yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Anyway, so here glani basically refers to that. Glani resham, yesham glanihi. So this yesham glanihi, so this is again based on the Shruti. So that is what I quoted earlier in the Brihadaranyaka. You see this, see, that Vakya. Now I will relate back. See, Shramyati. See, Tasmat Shramyatyeva Vak Shramyati Chakshuhu Shramyati Shrotram. So that Shramyati is what is Shruti. That he is referring to by the word Glanihi Nigadita. Nigadita means stated. So this is why it is stated in the Shruti that all of them gain some glani, as if they gain glani. But there is one fellow who does not have glani. Who is that fellow? Prana. So that is what is Prana Gneva Yetasmin Pure Jagrati. So that is what is stated. So in the Prashnopanishad. Yetasmin Pure Sarvada Jagrati. Once they stop, that is all, the body has to go to Chita. Okay. So from Chinta platform, it will go to Chita platform. There is a verse now. Chita Chinta Tayor Madhye Chintana Magari Yasi Chita Adhati Nirjivam Chinta Pranayutam Vapuhu. A beautiful verse. Okay. So Chita Chinta, what is the difference? There is one Bindu. Okay. But there is a huge difference. What is the huge difference? Chita Dahati Nirjivam. Okay. So without life, this body is being burnt by Chita. Whereas Chinta Pranayutam Vapuhu. Okay. So it burns even as you are alive. So Chita burns only dead body. Chinta burns as this person is alive. Okay. Now, Glani Resham Navayoho. Then it says, Tebhyo Drishyabhabhasaha Brahma iti viditaha. So he is sort of paraphrasing here what happened before. Drishyabhabhasaha Brahma iti viditaha. Okay. So the 6 verses that were discussed earlier was primarily to impress upon the fact that so all that you see, whether it is Jagrat or Swapna, so the Padarthas have to be declared as Mithya Bhuta. So the definition of mithya, hopefully there are 5 definitions. In fact, somebody wrote to me in an email. So you should also discuss the definition of mithya. See, there are 5 definitions of mithya which are given in Advaita Siddhi. They are beautiful. Okay. So maybe we will take it up. And then after discussing all these 5 definitions, so there is one more chapter which will be called Mithyatva Mithyatva. Okay. So this, anyway, say, so Pratipanno Padho Tadaikalika Nisheta Pratiyogitvam Ahadvilakshanatvam. So there are various definitions which are there. But then this mithya that you are talking, so if that stays back, then also Advaita Hani will be there. So you have to establish that mithyatvam is also mithya. Anyway, so that is a beautiful discussion which goes on. So here, Drishyavabhasaha. So Drishyasya avabhasaha. So avabhasa can mean 2 things. In fact, since you are all wonderful scholars, the audience, at least some of them I know, so they have read quite a bit of things. So even if I say, so in one of the lectures, so I saw in the screenshot, so I had misquoted that some verse from Karnabara. Somebody has written, no, it is in Veni Samhara. Anyway, so it is a very scholarly audience. So this word avabhasa, let me tell you, it has 2 connotations. It has been beautifully discussed by Vachaspati Mishra in his Bhamati. See, avamato bhasaha avabhasaha. That itself can mean avamataha bhasaha means a bhasa is a certain cognition that takes place to you. So avamataha means it has been sort of discarded by you. See, adhyasa, simply avabhasa itself becomes a definition of adhyasa. Anyway, avamato bhasaha avabhasaha, this is one definition. But avabhasa is also used to refer to a valid knowledge. There are both usages. If you try to break it, it is like this, the word ajaha. So ajaha, if you break it, so it can mean Brahma, it can mean anybody. Okay? So ajaha, if you just take as it is, it can mean something. So similarly, avabhasaha, as it is, if you just take. So here, this avabhasaha can be taken as drishyasya avabhasaha. So this here it is used in the sense of right knowledge. Okay, drishya is the object that is being observed by you. The cognition of the objects that are observed by you. That is what is drishya avabhasaha. The drishya avabhasaha brahma iti viditaha. So it is known as brahma. It is known as illusion. What does it mean? It has been proved to be mithya. Okay, viditaha means nyataha. So nyataha through a certain series of analogies, arguments that have been presented before. Okay, so that is how you need to understand. That's why I gave you a brief introduction to, so this pramana shastra. You start with pratyaksha and then you move on to inference. So inference has to be necessarily based on pratyaksha. Okay, so or it can be based on agama. So that is why we have pratyakshagama shridamanumanam. Okay, so all of them were presented here. So then the Shruti was presented. So he says, Tebhyo drishyavabhasaha brahma iti viditaha. Then he gives an example. Shauktika raupya kalpaha. So what is the example here? Shauktika raupya kalpaha. So as you see a silver coin, okay, so in a shuktika, okay, in a shell, okay, Shauktika raupya kalpaha. Then he says, Pranahayamau vratam tat shruti shirasi matam Swatmalabdhau nachanyat. Swatmalabdhihi means, so getting back to the state of absolute tranquility within oneself. Okay, so that is the nature of this Atman. Okay, he is Shanta Swarupa, he is Sukha Swarupa. So this state, acquiring this state is what is called Swatma Labdhi. So Labdhihi So he is not like so taking a glass of milk. Okay. So that is not like that. Labdhihi is essentially anubhava. So that which you are, so you try to experience that. Okay. So that is what is Svatma Labdhihi. So this Svatma Labdhi, what is the means by which you can get it? So there he says, Pranayamo vratam tat shruti shirasi matam. The word shruti shiraha refers to Vedanta. Okay, Upanishads. Okay, so this is what is referred as shruti shiraha, as if it is at the top of shruti. So usually it appears at the end of Veda Bhaga. So therefore it is described as shruti shiraha. Okay, shruti shirasi matam. Pranayama vratam. So there is a certain portion in Brihadaranyaka, so which is called pranopasana. Okay. So this upasana so helps you so in trying to train yourself to experience the eternal bliss within. Okay. So this is a pranayama. So pranayama vratam, so it can be understood either as upasana or it can be even understood as the pranayama which is being taught in Yoga Shastra. So control over the breath. Okay. Pranayama vratam tat shruti shirasi matam. Okay. So tat is to be understood as, see, either you can just say tat pranayama vratam, or you can just say tasmat hetoho. Okay. So pranayama vratam. So for you to understand and appreciate, okay, so how this can happen, you have to practice. There is no other way. Absolutely no other way. See, abhyasa vairagyabhyam tannirodha. So anyway, so this pranayama vratam tat shruti shirasi matam. So this is what is upheld by the Shruti. So further it says, Nachanyat. Anyat means there are various other upasanas, etc. So they may not be of much help to you. So this is from the viewpoint of Shruti, you can say. Okay. So from the viewpoint of, so any other practices which you think of, so they may also not lead you to this. Okay. So this upasana which has been held high by the Upanishad is to be practiced by you. So this is what it says. So before we conclude this verse, so I wanted to take you to a couple of other verses, so that is a very interesting verse which I saw. So this has to do with the role that is played by this pranayama. So nicely explained in Yoga Vasishtha. So I'll chant the verse, you repeat, then we will discuss the meaning. Dve bije chitta vrikshasya.
Dve bije chitta vrikshasya.
Dve bije chitta vrikshasya. Pranaspandana vasane.
Pranaspandana vasane. Pranaspandana vasane.
Ekasminscha tayoho kshine.
Ekasminscha tayoho kshine.
Ekasminscha tayoho kshine. Kshipha kshine. Kshipram dve api nashyatah.
Kshipram
Dve api nashyatah. Kshipram dve api nashyatah. Prana. Okay, now let us discuss the meaning of this. Dve bije chitta vrikshasya. So there is a metaphor here. The metaphor is this chitta. Chittam, you just take it as activity of the mind. In fact, so even when the Yoga Sutra says chitta vritti nirodha, right? Chitta vritti. Okay, whatever. So whatever be the activity that is happening here, okay, so which produces lot of chinta, okay, unwanted chinta. He says ashocya anandashocastvam. So Krishna hits him straight away. You are unnecessarily worrying about In fact, worry itself is unnecessary. Nothing like unnecessarily worry. Nothing is going to be good. Anyway, so here by worrying, so this he says this for the worry that is continuously happening here. So anxiety, worry, all those things. Okay, undesirable things. The bija means the seed for it. Okay, so the seed for it, as the seed for a tree. Okay, what are the two things? Pranaspandana vasane, you say. Okay, so pranaspandanam and vasana. Okay, pranaspandana vasane. So then it further goes and says, ekasminscha tayoho kshine. Okay, so tayoho ekasmin kshine. Of the two, even if one becomes very weak, okay, ekasminscha tayoho kshine. Ekasmin tayoho madhye, of the two, ekasmin kshine kshipram dve api nashyataha. Okay, so both of them die. Okay, dve api nashyataha. So dve api nashyataha here means the cause for this. Now what we need to understand is there is a chitta vriksha that is coming. Okay. So you can conceive it in many, many ways. This is one way of presenting. So Yoga Vasishta. There are two things have to come and something has to emerge. Even the life emerges like this, right? So if one is weak, then also it will not happen. So something like that, you have to keep it. This is the first verse. Then the second verse goes, and then it says, pranayama dhritabhyasaihi.
Pranayama dhritabhyasaihi. Pranayama dhritabhyasaihi.
Yuktya cha gurudattaya.
Yuktya cha gurudattaya. Yuktya cha gurudattaya.
Asanashana yoge cha.
Asanashana yoge cha. Asanashana yoge cha.
Pranaspando nirudhyate.
Pranaspando nirudhyate. Pranaspando nirudhyate.
So pranayama dhritabhyasaihi. So pranaspando nirudhyate. So pranaspandaha, so the activity of the prana. So literally it means the activity of the prana. So metaphorically you can take that this pranaspanda, ultimately if you want to take, only when there is a janma can there be a pranaspanda. Okay, so you can eradicate even this janma itself ultimately. Now here, as you are living, how do we achieve this? So is what is being stated here. Okay, how do you achieve this state of swatma labdhi? So dwelling in happiness. In fact, today you see this huge organizations, essentially Sudarshana Kriya and so on. Essentially this is, so this various kinds of, so pranayama are being taught. Anyway, so with various other things integrated together. So here what it says is, pranayama dhritabhyasaihi. Dhritabhyasaha. The word dhrita is to be understood as some time-honored practice. Okay, dhritabhyasaha. See, so we find the word adhrita. Generally, the word dhrita is used with the prefix ang, and therefore, so adriyate, adhrita, etc. But dhrita also means that. Okay, asamantatu. So that is how the prefix has to be understood. So respected from all quarters and so on. So pranayama dhrita abhyasaihi. Dhrita abhyasaihi means practices which are time honored. Okay, so which have been accepted over a period of time. So that is what it means. Pranayama dhritabhyasaihi. So what does this mean? This means, so by the word yoga, so many people today keep dancing various ways. So they cannot be considered. Okay. So every second fellow thinks that he can be a yoga teacher. So here, pranayama dhrita abhyasaihi yuktya cha gurudattaya. So this yuktya, see, this can be taken as this alochana through the shastras. So this is yuktihi is basically, see, yuktihi is basically a certain analysis which will help you to convince the truth of what you are observing. Okay, so these are all means. So all are required. See, pranayama dhrita abhyasaihi yuktya cha gurudattaya. Gurudattaya yuktya. So means you have to learn things from the right teacher, and the way he tries to explain, so you have to think over later. So gurudattaya, so you just take it. See, in fact, the other day, so this verse was also there, no? What is that? So this 4 stages of learning. Adhiti bodha charana pracharanaihi. So this bodha is very important. In fact, it's a beautiful verse. So maybe we'll take it up in some class. So all the 3 verses are fantastic verses which have been selected by Justice Sri Krishna. Anyway, so this bodha means a perfect understanding of what you have learnt. So that cannot happen without yukti chintana. So that is what he is trying to say. Pranayama dhrita abhyasaihi yuktya cha gurudattaya. Then asana ashana yoge cha. So this can be differently interpreted. The words can be taken elsewhere also. Asana ashana yoge cha. So all of them are important. See? So asanam, ashanam, see ashanam. See, asanam also is important. See, this asanam means, so you have to just sit erect. So many people cannot even do that. Okay, as if the backbone has broken. So that practice is like this. Okay. So asana, ashana. So asana, so there are several kinds of asanas. They will all help. So they have been practiced over hundreds and thousands of years. So you can adopt them having learnt from a teacher, proper teacher with proper guidance. Gurudattaya asana ashana yoge cha. Through that, pranaspando nirudhyate. So pranaspandaha nirudhyate. In fact, this is a practice which has been shared by so great people who have felt. So even today, thousands and thousands of people are going and registering for this yoga, right? So this is just some sort of an exercise, so trained, so through some means. So you are able to see that you are experiencing a certain peace within yourself. Okay? Forgetting all this anxieties and worries. So that is what is pranayama. It can be done through upasana. It can be done through a certain way of making this air flow, control of flow of air. Okay, so you focus on this, and then you do stambhanam, you do various things through that. So these are 2 important factors. What are the 2 important factors? In controlling the thought process which is happening here. One is pranayama, so the other is vasana. So these 2, it can be very easily understood. In fact, one of the members, the audience, this 93-year-old man, so he has been repeatedly telling people, you practice pranayama properly. You can demonstrate, okay, you can demonstrate that your intellectual quotient will shoot up. So that is how he will say. I mean, he has been living 93-year-old with various things. Absolute, see, so absolute discipline and therefore, so immaculate health. So anyway, so that is what is actually meant here. See, so it has to be practiced, so properly practiced. So this pranayama vratam tat shruti shirasi matam. So that is why it is held up. So this pranayama, so both see, in fact, what I see is some of the friends who have attended this yoga kriya sudarsana, whatever it is. So they essentially try to integrate both these aspects, the upasana aspect as well as the physical aspect. So both of them. So that is what is beautifully conveyed in this verse. So this verse essentially says, so Guru Dattaya asana ashana yoga. Understand? So there has to be discipline. So in the way you train your body, in the way you train your mind. So asana is basically related to that only. So there may be temptation, but you may be able to resist that temptation or finish that temptation. Okay, in due course that may happen. Initially you control them. Okay, so asana yoge che pranaspando niruddhyate. So as per this Yoga Vasishtha, so since you find in the previous verse, so even if you are able to take care of this pranayama vrata, so the tree will finish. Okay, so if you are able to have absolute control over that. Okay, so that is what is the whole idea. So now we will read this verse and then wind up this class. Madhyapranam sushuptau svajanimanuvishan yagnisuryaadayomi vagadyah pranavayam tadiha nigadita glaniresham navayo tebhyo drishyavabhasaha भ्रम इति विदितः शौक्तिका रौप्यकल्पः प्राणायामव्रतं तत् श्रुतिशिरसिमतं स्वात्मलब्धौ न चान्यत्। ओम सर्वे सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम